Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Campbell always says check, Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. Or testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Testicles.
Okay. Y'all can go ahead whenever.
Man. My name's Sean. I'm the drummer for Don't Tell Dena. Today we have Ethan Neel, drummer of Johnny Manchild and lots of other bands. How should I introduce you?
I don't know.
Professional drummer of this, drummer of that.
Man, I want to get like the prefix like Dragon of the West or something like that, like Iroh. I think that'd be pretty sick. So,
Yeah.
Dude, I was just watching Korra.
dude, same here. Same here. I'm actually watching Korra for the first time right now.
It's so good.
It's
I haven't
It's arguably
much
better than Airbender.
So much better than I thought it was going to be. Like, it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender is unbeatable, but like Korra,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's up there, dude.
Yeah,
it's, really
it's a good underrated
It's up there.
sequel to like a series. You know what I mean? It's so
Man,
good.
I need to get into anime because everyone's always watching anime. I have no idea what's going on. and everything. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid.
Okay, well let's
And
get
that's like
start.
the closest
That's
thing.
a good start, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think for me, Korra is definitely more anime than Avatar is. I think I get more anime vibes from Korra, but dude, you should watch like Akira or something like that. Something
Yeah.
super old, like it's anime from the 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Akira Battle, what's her name? Or is it the old Akira?
It's old Akira. Like we're talking
okay.
like it was like 83 or something like that. It's like my friend like I had an original copy of it, and we watched it. And it just looks like it doesn't look like the 80s. Anime it was like so like I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks the same as it does now for the most part, which is saying something. But
Right.
it's great. No, watch Korra, dude. Korra's so good.
I
Yeah.
need to watch more shows because it's either How I Met Your Mother or The Office.
Hey, those are good.
And
Those
I
are
mean,
good.
I like watch other shows, but then after I finish it, I always go back to one. Of
Wait, so I
those.
have a question because this is totally drums related. Parks and Rec or The Office?
The Office.
Really?
Why is it drums related?
Oh, it's sarcastically drums related, but no, dude.
I was like, what? Because Kevin plays the drums.
Dude, I guess, sure, yeah, but no, I gotta disagree with you respectfully on that,
Yeah.
dude. Parks and Rec, like all the way.
I
for me.
watched some seasons of Parks and Rec, but overall, I was just like, Michael Scott's funnier. Like, he's just a goofball.
He's
He's
a goofball.
stupid, like-
He's a goofball. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. So what's been up? What you been doing this
Dude,
whole year? It's been a weird year.
It's been a really weird year. So, like you said, I play drums in Johnny Manchild and the Poor Bastards. That's been, I think we're almost at year 5 now. I think we're almost at year 5. I don't need to go and ask, but
We're pushing year 4.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
5
20.
or 4.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dude, in bands that have been around that long, it's like there's like you get, I don't know, there are a very limited number of bands, in my opinion, that come out of local scenes that are like, you know, have been together for 6 months playing shows and sound as good as bands that come out sounding, you know, like they've been together for 5 years.
Right.
You guys, whenever I see you guys play shows, it's like I get you guys have been playing together for a while type of vibe. You guys know what's up. It's like I don't know. For me, I kind of thrive in the situations though where like I'm playing for an artist that I haven't played for like ever. There have been a lot of situations, like especially I studied jazz music at UCO. It was like kind of like how I got my start doing session playing and stuff, and just like a lot of situations out there where like guys will call you to come and play, like Josh Masterson's gig that we did a while ago, where it's like I have never played with this person, but I got to pretend like I've been playing with them for like a decade.
And those I feel like are the most fun sometimes.
They're the most fun sometimes because
Yeah, for sure.
anything could happen, you know. Anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes both ways, but like I mean,
I was there. I remember seeing that. That was
yeah,
so fun.
and it was really fun, dude. I got the audio back from that. It sounded great, but
Nice.
I was looking for that the other day.
Really?
Like the video that Miles.
I didn't ever see the video. I never saw the
Yeah.
video. I only got the audio from that. But dude, everybody sounded good that night. That was really solid, and Josh is
Yeah.
fantastic. So,
That was fun.
but
I saw Josh a few days ago.
Really?
He wants to do more music stuff soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's really funny. Like, I guess. Disclaimer: I met Sean in high school. We went to high school at Memorial together. He graduated a year before me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Josh Masterson was also there in your grade, and I think it's really funny because like I did music in high school, and I definitely did music with some people that I still associate with now, but there have been so many people that have come forward like since I've graduated high school that are like now in the music scene that are doing music. People like Josh,
Right.
Hannah Edmondson too. She is
Yeah.
absolutely destroying music right now. And I think it's super inspiring to see a bunch of people come out of Memorial and start doing music at a really, really, really high level like that. It's really.
Do you think that's just like a weird coincidence, or
don't
is
know,
like
man.
that school just like
I don't know.
heavy like
I mean,
music based?
For one, I like band. You know, like
Yeah.
when I was playing music like in middle school and stuff, like it started as that thing where like you're in 6th grade and your mom and dad is like, okay, you want to play sports or music? Like pick one, you know? And tried basketball. I like to think I'm okay at basketball. I wasn't going to play in high school, so then I was playing the clarinet, and then went to Memorial, didn't know anyone, so I was like, might as well do band, because
might as well.
People in band sounds fun. So, I mean, yeah, me and Josh did, or we were in the saxophone section all 4 years. So, but yeah, I was going to ask how fun Drumline was, because I tell you, looking back, that was one of the, not like main reasons, but like when I was like a junior, senior, and I was like playing the saxophone, and during all the shows, watching like you guys, that's kind of what got me into like, okay, I want to go home, take a little mouse pad, and like see if I can mimic some of this stuff that's going on.
Dude, that's like, I mean, that's the name of the game. I think my love of marching band came from like watching the guys in like DCI do it, and watching people that are better than me do it. That's where a lot of the inspiration came from. But dude, Drumline was fun because it was like, it was the perfect hybrid for me, because I was, at least whenever I was growing up, I didn't realize it, but I needed some kind of like discipline with my playing, because I'd been in private lessons for a while, and I had been doing.
Okay, so you had been playing for.
I played drum set before high school, but it wasn't. It wasn't something that I took very seriously. It was never something that I was like, just like all the time practicing all the time. I wasn't that serious about it. And Drumline at Memorial was like, as soon as I started having to worry about things like how high your sticks are from the drums and how low they are, and the spacing between the dudes in the line, and having to worry about the marching aspect and having it all be rudimented and like regimented and have there be like structure to it, that really helped me focus my passion for it that I already had to begin with, and helped me fully realize it, I think. But I think without Drumline, I don't know. I think without Drumline, I wouldn't be here. I don't think I'd have the same love for it. But it was definitely jazz band at Memorial that made me fall in love with.
Well, jazz band at Memorial was awesome.
It was awesome. It was fantastic.
I was in like the what is it? Like the.
They had JV. They had JV and varsity,
I was in JV jazz for like 2 years or something. I thought it was fun, but like going to like the concerts and like seeing what's his name. Stewart
Harrison.
Yeah,
Stewart,
that guy.
Beef stew.
That guy. I don't think I ever talked to him once in high school.
Yeah.
But I remember just watching him on the drums, and he just.
Yeah, dude. He got his groove face on, dude.
Freaking head. Man.
Every single time.
I was like, man, this guy's feeling it.
And that's like, dude, again, like watching people like that play drums, I was just like, I want to do that. I want to do that. That looks so fun. That looks so great.
I was like, these guys are literally feeling the music. I was like, when I'm playing saxophone, I'm like feeling my fingers. Like I'm not doing this.
I think drums are definitely a full body activity. It engages like pretty much every like major muscle group, I would wager. And then like if you do it like. You got guys like Matt Halpern out there that hit the drums so hard for so long. I'm pretty sure it just counts as their like gym trip or like exercise day. Like leg day. Just bring out the double bass pedals. It's like that kind of thing.
Who's y'all's favorite drummers?
Dude, I mean Matt Halpern's fantastic. I love Matt. Who are your favorites?
I like a lot of like Instagram drummers. Like I like Mike Johnson. Do you know who
Mike
that
Johnson's awesome.
Yeah, he's like I don't know, just every single video he posts.
It's like, clean.
Yeah, he's clean and like in pocket, real good. Like,
Jay Scott, Jay Scott music?
Yes.
Oh, I do.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Yeah, actually, I just found him like a few months ago.
Really?
And there was something that I was like, man, this guy's like, I think it was his snare, the way he tuned it. But like, I mean, yeah.
Dude, his sound is good. So, I mean, talking about clean, I bought one of his.
Here's another guy. I don't know.
One of his lessons, Jason Scott. He had, I can't remember what it was called now. It was like something about flow, like flowing around the kit, something like that. Whenever he's playing, and he taught some lessons. I bought his whole like web series over it, and he just talks a lot about, I don't know. He brings up a lot of other drummers in his lessons too. He talks about I think about X drummer whenever I play this, and this drummer whenever I play that, and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. I think one thing that like Instagram drummers have like enabled like people like us to see, like people like active like musicians to see, not that they're not active musicians, but is like a lot of these Instagram drummers are not necessarily like always going to be world-renowned influences for millions of people worldwide. They're going to be people that are more of like conduits for the bad boys in a lot of senses. And I'm not saying that to say like Jay Scott, like he's not as good as like Vinny Colaiuta or anything like that. But when we're talking about like, I don't know, what's the right term, like a reflection of Vinny Colaiuta or something like that, or like they take the greats and reflect their own version of them, and that's how I've actually been able to find a lot of like really high tier drum set players. That's how I discovered like Benny Greb. Do you know Benny Greb by any chance? Benny Greb is probably my favorite drum set player right now, and I found him through Siros Vaziri on Instagram, who's an Instagram drummer, and he was just talking about like, yeah, I want to play this Benny Greb lick on drums, and I was just like, oh, who's Benny Greb? And then you go look it up, and then you start finding,
down the hall and you're like, whoa.
So I think Instagram drummers are a great conduit for that kind of thing. Personally, just being able to find new influences from all of them. I think that's just social media in a nutshell, basically.
But I've kind of just got into like yesterday I followed this guy who just does like weird guitar, like little mini lessons that you can fit into Instagram posts. And yeah, I kind of just been messing with that.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I mean, we have such a great educational tool, just like being able to look up somebody on our phone and like be able to listen to them and
this
stuff.
Guy.
But
Grayson,
Krutman.
Okay,
oh, I'm so bad.
But okay, actually, that's a bad video to show you because he's actually a jazz player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he takes a lot of, let's see, like old.
Oh, yeah.
He mimics it perfectly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I followed this guy down a hole and watched pretty much everything that he had on his page, and I mean.
And you learn so much that way. You learn more people. You learn more stuff. It's like.
I love jazz, but like I'm like, I don't know, I'm climbing over the hill. I feel like, I mean, it's hard, like some stuff I still get lost, and like I'm listening to, I'm like, okay, I don't know where he's at.
Oh, dude, there has not been a jazz gig that has gone by for me where I have not gotten lost at least once in the tune. How's that for marketing? But no, dude, jazz for me, that was always the eternal issue with jazz for me, was the form of the song. Because like the whole idea with most traditional jazz music is you play the head, you play the melody, and then you got the solo sections. And that's just people improvising over the given melody and the given changes. For me, it was. I didn't find myself, especially growing up, I didn't listen to jazz music whenever I was a kid. I didn't listen to it growing up. And most of the guys that are professional and killing it now have been listening to jazz music forever. Yeah. And that's just the thing. What I took from jazz music was how to listen to the parts that are going on, how to interact with parts that are going on around you. And I definitely think there are benefits to learning jazz music, but necessary for everybody? Maybe not necessarily. I don't know, like, I've never seen somebody like just straight up detriment, like be worse off for learning jazz music. I've never seen that happen before, but there are a lot of situations where like, like someone who's already got a fantastic flow over the kid, who's already got a fantastic ear, listens to jazz music and starts getting into it, they can still play it, and that's not necessarily going to make them like an infinitely better player, it's not necessarily going to do that, but it's never going to hurt you. It's never going to hurt you at all. But no, for me, jazz music was like, I got so intimidated by like the licks and the figures and the stops and the fast stuff, the bebop stuff, and I remember in high school listening to drummers like Rufus Jones, the speediest drummer I've ever seen. He's fantastic. People like had to transcribe some Philly Joe Jones stuff at UCO, and there are a lot of old drummers like that they can provide you with inspiration or like different things, but like from a different like perspective than you're used to, I guess. And it's never gonna hurt, but it's not like, I hate it when people are just like, you have to learn jazz. You absolutely have to learn jazz, because in my opinion, you don't always have to. You don't always have to do that.
So what kind of music did you listen to growing up?
Dude, a lot of worship music, actually. Oh, really? Yeah. A lot of worship music.
Caleb?
So, oh yeah, dude, Air One was
the shit.
Yeah, dude, that was a sauce. But
Switchfoot, man.
Dude, Switchfoot. I saw Switchfoot at the Ford Center when it was still Ford Center. Yeah, dude. Winter Jam 20. It wasn't past 2010 yet. It was probably 2010. Honestly, it was probably like right at the turn of the decade. But no, I listened to a bunch of worship music, secular music, all that stuff growing up. I played in the church a lot, and that's like where most of my drumming was. And so that's just like what I was around listening to. And I was also, for the most part, raised up until maybe like early middle school, maybe. I was raised Church of Christ, and so there were no instruments. I mean, nobody was playing instruments. And my parents bought me my drum set, and I just remember like as a kid, I was like, dude, like I said, pre-middle school, like elementary school, like little type, like begging our worship minister to like let me play drums like in the services, and it was just like they started doing over time. They started doing instruments, started incorporating instrumental worship into the services, and I started listening to a bunch of. Not necessarily the CCM stuff, like the big, like the Hillsong, the Life Church, all that stuff necessarily, but like the Paul Veloches and the, I don't know, Carrie Joe kind of before she went CCM and a bunch of that other stuff. And it was really formative because the drum parts are all really, really, really simple for the most part for that stuff. The idea is that you play simply and you give the rest of the band some space to work and you give the crowd some space to participate and all that stuff. And I think that was a really important skill to learn for later, but a lot of me wishes that I had listened to things like jazz music or classic rock whenever I was growing up as a kid, because I didn't listen to a lot of that stuff, dude. It was never like, I never had like a major, besides like doing Switchfoot was my rock influence.
Right.
I mean, that was my, I mean, I listened to Switchfoot, I was like, I would play along to like, you know, Dare You to Move or something like that, just for hours. But, no, dude, I remember, who was it? It was there was another band. I'm going blank, and they played like with Switchfoot, and they like traded out members of their bands like for like Winter Jam or something like that.
I know who you're talking about.
I cannot remember the name of this band.
Because my friends went to go see him at Frontier City one year, and I couldn't go for something. And I was so pissed.
Damn it! I can't see Switchfoot with my friends.
I mean, I listened to a lot of classic rock growing up because like. My dad driving me everywhere, or my mom, like, if it wasn't on Caleb, it was on, like, Bob FM or whatever it was at that time. A lot of classic rock, and then...
So, like, what specifically in that vein? Like, what specifically within classic rock do you listen to?
I mean, now it's changed, but, like, back then it was kind of like anything on the radio. Yeah. Now it's, like, I've kind of got, like, my top 5 of Pink Floyd, for sure. I've got the pig tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Flock of Pigs? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where show the tattoo?
I love Pink Floyd. I went to go see Roger Waters like 3 years ago.
Oh. Yeah, dude.
It was awesome. But yeah, love Pink Floyd. Journey, Aerosmith.
Dude, my mom was so into Journey growing up.
Yeah.
I think I was like the only secular/Christian artist that my mom ever like put on in the car was Journey. She just loved Steve Perry so much. It was funny. How's your vinyl collection? Are you into vinyls at all?
My brother is. My brother has lots of vinyls. Me, I think I just never got a player. And
dude, I'm kind of like starting getting into vinyl right now. That's like a project that I'm undergoing because I never had a record player as a kid. I bought one in high school, and I remember I bought like a Count Basie record. And I had that for a while, but I feel like I've just moved to OKC from Edmonds. There's guest room like down the street, so I go to guest room a little bit, and I've been going to try to up my record collection.
Cool.
And dude, I've been listening to so much like Sly and the Family Stone, and like Commodores and Earth, Wind and Fire and some other stuff. I'm on a major like funk kick right now. Dude, Prince.
Good shit, yeah.
God, if Campbell were here.
Dude, I am.
Wait for Campbell to come through the door. He probably heard you.
Yeah. I need to talk to Campbell about it then at some point. Dude, I'm like, I am on a huge Prince kick right now. I'm absolutely digging on Prince. Funky Prince. I can't tell if I like Rocky Prince more than Funky Prince, but I am really digging on old. His like self-titled record from like '78 or something like that. Has got Sexy Dancer on it. It's just like some good music off that record. I just love it so much.
Man.
Funky stuff, dude. If I could like I don't want to do this necessarily, but if I had to pick like one genre to play for like the rest of my life, if I could only play one more genre, I hate to do that. It sounds terrible, but dude, funk music. Music.
No, I don't blame you.
Dude, I would love to do that. It's just like I follow so many like.
Well, you said to play or to listen to?
Oh yes. I mean, like,
or both.
Again, in the absolutely like woefully tragic circumstance that I had to pick like one genre of music to I did funk music, absolutely for me, funk music, or at least right now. Maybe that'll change in like a month or two. But dude, I'm seriously vibing on a lot of that stuff right now, and I started taking lessons as well for the first time since, honestly, probably high school. I've started taking lessons. There's a guy in town named Steve Pruitt who is just absolutely insane. He's a ridiculous drum set player. He just got back from South Korea, and he's been doing like TV and radio gigs, and he played for the Olympics and did a bunch of other cool stuff out there. He's been showing me some of these funk grooves and going in on some like Clyde Stubblefield stuff and trying to show me some cool techniques to use, what to think about in funk music and stuff like that. And it's like a whole new perspective on it. I've never had any formal education in funk music whatsoever, and it's really nice getting to do that, because that is one thing that they don't teach you in jazz band a lot of the time. Is they'll give you like a funk tune, or it'll be like you know, like a backbeat, you know like rock feel or something like that.
Right.
But it's just kind of like, it's just a non-swing tune, I think, in a lot of, you know, in a lot of the sense. They don't, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I never felt like I got a huge education in like how to play funk music through jazz. And they're really, they share a lot of the same, I don't know, elements, I guess is the right word. There's a lot of, I hear a lot of jazz and funk. I mean, I hear a lot of jazz in a lot of genres, but Steve has been able to, like I said, he's been able to kind of like find this really cool hybrid between, you know, jazz elements and incorporating that into funk, and it's been super great. But dude, funk is like,
Funk's the funk.
I could go in on funk for a while. Just stop me.
That's probably a good stopping spot right there.
I was gonna say, I do have, let's see, one more question for you.
Okay.
And then after that, we're gonna do like a style, you know, Hot Ones. You watch Hot Ones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do I gotta eat spicy stuff?
Where you have to like look at the camera and tell the people what you're doing.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
But question first, just to make sure, because Ethan here, obviously talented, awesome, lovable, nice guy. We want to make sure he's not a psychopath. Milk or cereal first?
Oh, dude, cereal and then milk every time. Every time.
We just wanted to make sure.
I'm not a barbarian.
Okay.
All right.
What you got going on this year?
So, man, I think
let
like
the people know what you're doing.
the main thing that I want to point some attention to is, I mean, like I mean, obviously, I want to talk up Manchild. I want people to go and listen to Manchild and all that stuff, but I think everybody out there just needs to support artists right now. I think it's a major thing that a lot of people, artists everywhere, are struggling so bad right now. Just because of everything that's going on, it's really hard to get your daily paycheck. It's really hard for a lot of people to find work out there. So any support that any of you guys can offer any artists, is especially these guys, is I mean, very much appreciated. Everybody needs it right now. As far as my own solo stuff, go listen to Street Noise. I just put out.
I listen to some Street Noise. Yeah.
We just put out a 3-song EP. We're working on our album that's going to be coming out hopefully. Oh man, hopefully this winter. We're looking at this winter, but we're going to be putting that out. That's been a really great noise outlet for me. But and then Manchild, we're doing an album this winter as well. We're going to be releasing it hopefully.
Cool.
Hopefully next.
Still in the works. Still in the road. Coming up.
Not at the moment, dude. It's for me. It's most of the session stuff. I'm playing with Steven Seowan right now as well. Steven Seowan. If you guys want to go listen to Steven, his stuff is fantastic. Oh, yeah. I've done just in the interim, just a lot of jamming with friends right now. I think like a lot of musicians right now are like, if I can't play shows, I'm just gonna like hang out in my house and jam with my buds. Yeah, it's like that kind of thing. But no, I think first and foremost, everybody needs to go out and just donate $1 to an artist somewhere. Because I mean, dude, if I can get a McChicken, that's like all I need, right? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, artists are actually really struggling right now, y'all. If any of you can offer support to any artists, local, you know, or not, everybody appreciates it. So, but
of course.
And thank you guys so much for having me on.
Of course.
For sure, dude.
You have a dope backyard.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
That was good. Thanks, dude.
Hell yeah.